Have you ever looked back and thought to yourself, man, I wish I had started this sooner? Maybe it was something like pursuing a career goal, maybe taking better care of your health, your finances, maybe building stronger relationships with the people who matter most to you. What was it where you thought, I wish I had started sooner? Welcome back to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. I'm Sanj, your coach, and here to help you move from surviving to thriving, help you come up with new routines, habits to help you master your mindset so you can master your life. So today we're talking about regret. What are you waiting for? Are you going to start now, or are you going to regret it forever? And regret has this way of creeping in, doesn't it? You may regret not starting something sooner, but I promise you, the biggest regret you'll ever face is never starting at all. And this brings me to a quote by Zig Ziglar. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And it's so true, because you cannot be great if you never start. You can never run a sub 4-minute mile if you don't get off the sofa and start running. And so that's what we're talking about today, about why regret feels so universal and how it shows up in our life, and why starting late is so much better than never starting. I'll be talking about as well why leaving your dreams on the shelf will haunt you more than a delay ever will. And then, of course, as always, I'll be giving you some tips to maximize the impact it has on your life, to minimize regret, and so you can start taking action today. So if you feel ready to leave excuses behind and just take charge of your life, let's begin. And let's start off with regret, is why it's so common. So it's universal. Everyone, no matter who they are, where they come from, what status they have in life, has experienced that sinking feeling of wishing they'd done something differently. Maybe started that business sooner, maybe asked that girl out at the bar, asked that boy for his number, whatever it was. Everyone has felt some form of regret. But why do you feel this way? The main reason is because it boils down to missed opportunities. Whether it's not spending enough time with your family, whether it's passing up a big career move, or maybe it's just staying in your comfort zone instead of chasing your passions and living the life you want. You feel regret because you know deep down that you had an opportunity, you had a chance, and you let it slip. Over 75% of people's regrets are about things that they didn't do rather than the things they did. So think about that. You're more likely to regret the fact you didn't do something than the fact you tried it and you didn't like it. And this can be in relationships, the conversations you never had, or the time you never spent with loved ones. In your careers, it could be things like the job opportunity that you turned down, or the business you were too scared to start. Or maybe it was with your health and wishing that you had started taking care of yourself sooner so that you didn't end up maybe having poor health in later life. Regret lingers because it feels like a missed opportunity that you had to live up to your full potential. But the good news is that regret doesn't have to own you. So let's be honest. If you're feeling regret about something, a lot of times starting something late, although it can feel discouraging and you may think, what's the point now? It's too late to make a difference. It may be that you may have missed that initial boat, but it doesn't mean you can't start today. If you plant a tree today, will it grow faster because you wished you'd planted it years ago? No, but the longer you wait, the longer you go without that tree. So whether it's starting to repair a broken relationship, learning a new skill, taking control and working towards your fitness goals, starting late is better than never starting at all. Because the truth is when you start, you gain momentum. Even small actions add up over time. You start to get compounding. So when you consistently take action day in, day out, because you got started, whether you started 10 years ago or whether you start today, you're still going to get compounding over time the more you do it. And also when you start to take action, your regret shrinks, because when you're taking actions towards your goals, even if you started late, you're going to regret it less than if you stayed in inaction, if you stayed fearful of actually taking action and sitting on the sidelines. When you feel like the ship has sailed, let me tell you, the ship is still in the harbour, but you need to just have the guts to step on board and push it out to the sea. You'll never regret starting. That hits the hardest are the ones are tied to the things that you never pursued. So you'll never regret starting. How many times have you met someone in their later years who said, I'm so glad I never chased my dreams? Never. But you'll meet plenty of people who say, I wish I'd gone for it. Where's that happened in your life? Maybe you've wanted to start your own business, but fear's been holding you back. 10 years from now, do you think you'll regret trying and failing? Or do you think you'll feel more regret never knowing if you could have succeeded? The truth is that the pain of failure is temporary, but the pain of never trying actually sticks with you. So think about it when you're actually taking action. Think about it. Where in your life have you or not taken action? You're still stuck in the same place, wishing, actually, I wish I'd started earlier, or, you know what, I should have done this instead. Is it too late now? Even if you've been working in a career for 20 years and you thought, you know what, actually, this job would make me happier instead, it's not too late. All you'll end up doing is keep on regretting it and think about the amount of energy, the amount of time that will actually pass and the amount of energy you will waste just regretting something that you could take action on today. You may not be able to jump into a new career tomorrow, but you could start learning the new skills. You could start pushing yourself out of that comfort zone, becoming more knowledgeable, networking in that area. And slowly you'll start to actually move over to it. You'll start to expose yourself to opportunities in that area. Maybe even with your partner, or maybe you haven't got a partner yet. You need to get yourself out there and actually have the guts and forget about the fear of failure when it comes to asking that person out. That could be your dream relationship right there, but you're too scared to take that first move. And yes, you may regret if they say no. Yeah, you may regret asking them for a little while. Yeah, it may be a bit embarrassing at first, but at least you know it won't be 10 years down the line where you're saying to yourself, I regret never asking. So if you want to actually take stock of that and actually think, you know what, I need to minimize the amount of regret and I need to start taking action today. Here are 2 ways in which you can do that. 2 ways in which you can shift your mindset to help you take action and minimize your regret. One of the reasons we don't actually start is because the goal feels too big or too overwhelming. And the solution, break it down. For example, you want to start to a fitness routine, just commit to working out for 10 minutes a day for the next week. Then once you're comfortable with that, maybe build it up to 12 the following week, 14 the following week. Start with micro deadlines, start with micro habits and start to build it up from there. Because that's the way you're going to actually minimize your regret. Because at the moment, you're regretting things because you're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling like it's too much. You're feeling like actually that's a lot to handle. So when you set those micro deadlines, when you literally create micro habits and slowly build it up, flossing 1 tooth a day, maybe meditating for 1 minute, maybe working out for 1 minute if that's all you want to just do to start off with. All those things is going to build up over time, because when you've got into the habit and the mindset of showing up for yourself, whether or not it's for 1 minute or 20 minutes, you've just got the habit of showing up. So then from 1 minute, you can increase your meditation, say to 2 minutes, to 5 minutes, to 8 minutes, to 10 minutes. Just build it up over time. And each time you complete it, each time you get up, say after your meditation, you've got 1 more win under your belt. Those small wins, they build confidence, they build momentum. And that's how you're going to start to minimize your regret and take action. The next thing, and I use this a lot and I tell clients to use this, use the regret test. And it's a simple but powerful mindset shift, in my opinion. And what it is before you say no to an opportunity or before you refuse to take any action, ask yourself, will I regret not doing this a year from now? That's, will I regret not doing this a year from now? For example, if you're thinking about skipping your kid's football game because you're too busy, or you're gonna, should I miss the gym today because I'm not feeling it? Ask yourself, will you regret missing that memory of the football game? Will you regret that feeling that you get post-workout and the fact that you're not any further along to getting the workout and the body and the health that you want? Ask yourself if you'll regret being in the same position, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's your health, your finances, your career. Will you regret this not taking action a year from now? What that does is the regret test helps you focus on what truly matters instead of making you get stuck in the moment. So what's one thing you've been putting off that you know deep down you'll regret if you never start? Remember, it's not about how late you start, it's just about starting. Whether it's rebuilding a relationship, chasing a dream, or just taking better care of yourself, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. So I'll leave you with this. Regret is a heavy burden, but action is the antidote. You don't have to take giant leaps, you just have to take the first step. Thank you for listening to me on another episode of Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. I hope you got something from this episode, and if you did, please leave me a comment, leave me a review. Let me know what your action you're going to take today. And if you know someone who would benefit from hearing this, please share it with them. So until next time, keep taking those micro actions. Keep asking yourself and using the regret test, and to take that mindset shift so you minimize the amount of regret you feel in your life. Because when you start to do that and you start to master your mindset, you'll master your life. Thank you.